Shorthand English Senior General Speed. Get ready for the dictation. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Start. Friends, I would like to thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to explain the stand of the government on the subject of education. Within the very little time at my disposal, I will try to answer some of the points that have been raised on the subject. Education plays an important role in the life of every person. It is not something that one gets in the school or college. I hope you will agree with me when I say that it is much wider in character. In the government, we are of the firm opinion that education does not mean refining of one's own skills. It is something much more than that. It is essentially the process of deepening the spirit. We are in a secular society. It does not mean that in our country there should be no religion. It only means that everyone will have the right to practice his own religion. There is no doubt that one should have certain amount of moral and spiritual education, but we must always remember that the foundation of education should be a high level of nationalism. I would like to state that during the last few years, the Department of Education has been engaged in a very important task. As you are aware, the task is to evolve a pattern of national education. Now, we have been able to draw up a complete picture of what national education should be at all levels. It has certainly taken a considerable amount of time in evolving this pattern. We are in a democratic society, and in this society we have to respect the views and sentiments of others also. We have therefore adopted the method of discussion. It is quite easy in other types of society to dictate a pattern. We are in a democratic society and we cannot follow that method. The number of remarks that have been made with regard to education are based mostly on a misreading of the facts. The first charge that has been leveled against the government is with regard to physical education. Many people have made very strong remarks on the government. It has been said that the government has no policy in this respect. The money allocated for the purpose has been spent without any direction. I would like to state that we in the government have been carrying on the work according to certain definite policy. The government has the definite policy and also program for the development of physical education. It is the policy of the government to see that the institutions must have taken up certain amount of field work. The government is giving grants only to those institutions which have gone to the grassroots level and carrying on the work. Secondly, in order to receive grants from the government, the institutions must have an all India character. These are the two main considerations which the government has in view in giving grants for physical education. Next, I come to the point of infrastructure facilities in the schools and colleges. In most of the schools located in the rural areas, the buildings are not sufficient to seat the students uniformly in all classrooms. Some of the buildings were constructed 50 years back and it needs demolition and reconstruction. I therefore request the Honorable Minister for Education to take necessary action. Finally, I would request all of you to show much consideration in developing the rural education. Donation may be given to renew the old buildings. Once again, I thank you. Letter dated 20th November 2020 from Stationery Stores, Rajan Armenian Street, Madurai to Messrs. Nilan Stores, Tirupur. Dear sirs, we are in receipt of your letter dated the 6th instant and thank you for your kind enquiry. As you are aware, we are the leading sellers of all stationery items suitable for schools and offices. We are having our own factory at Tiruvallur to produce quality white papers. Therefore, we are in a position to supply your requirements in time. You have inquired about the supply of special size record notebooks for the use of students studying in higher secondary levels. In this regard, we would like to say that a sample of this kind of record notebook will be sent to you shortly for your approval. If approved, we will supply them at the cost quoted by us within 10 days of receipt of your order. There are large varieties of registers and other related books are available with us, which will be very useful in the offices. You can sell them in your area to the offices located in your area. We are allowing 20% discount on all the sales made by the customers. As such, you are also eligible for this discount. No discount will be allowed in case of default payments because this will affect our business. We expect your esteemed orders at an early date. Yours faithfully,